Hello, it is noon.
Yeah, so it's good afternoon instead of good morning.
Yes, it is. And we're going to be heading out of Franklin Lake Camp.
Yeah, we're booking it 2 days early.
Yeah, it's scheduled for rain, and more rain.
And the thunderstorms coming at 6 are pretty severe. They're talking straight line winds, heavy wind, and hail. And so we decided we're going to book it out of here. Got a couple little stops to make first.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to hit a quilt shop in Eagle River.
Yep.
You're going to hit a bakery.
Yeah, we'll see about the bakery.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's looking like rain all day today, tonight, all day tomorrow, and Friday morning.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to give up 2 nights worth of our discounted camping.
Yep. So that's the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah, it only took us a few minutes to load up, pull in the slides. Some things are wet though, you know, like our awning mat and the awning.
My forehead.
Your forehead, yeah. So we're going to have to dry those out when we get some sunshine at home.
Mm-hmm.
But we figure, well, let's hit the road.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. I do think I'm going to go online and see if I can cancel the last 2 days of our reservation. Even though we're not looking for a refund, it just allows the site to be used by someone else if they wish. So I think that's what we're going to do too while we're driving here. Now there is no dump station here. We know there's one in Iron River at the RV park. We can hit that one. Or we can wait till we get home. Because we do have an RV dump right in our little town. Such a beautiful campground. And with this little bit of break in the rain, it was a perfect time to get out and load up. We were in between 2 storms. The morning one went through, and now we want to get on the road before the afternoon one hits us. Okay, here we are on the little main drag of Eagle River. And Steve had done a little Googling, and he found a place that he would like to go. It's a bakery. Oh, closed today, medical reasons. Well, that's a bummer. I guess we won't be going to the bakery. Huh. Oh, well. Back to the rig. Okay, here's the inside of Venerabilia. What a beautiful shop. They sell new items and consignment. All different quilting needs. Also refurbished machines. Wonderful. Oh, here's a Janome like I used to have. On a nice little quilting table. She was able to help me find some scraps that I needed to go along with my next project for the motorhome. Look at this adorable little featherweight. That caught my eye the moment I came in. She has panels, fat quarters, interfacings, a whole section of wool for applique aficionados. One-stop shopping here. Back here it looks like there's different quilting machines set up. Cutting tables. I see wonderful array of threads, patterns, and coned threads. Here along the wall is all new yardage. Look at that. And even zippers and buttons for those that need to do a quick mending job. Kind of a one-stop shop up in the North Woods of Wisconsin. Even holiday fabrics. Get a jump start on Christmas. It's coming sooner than you think. Some sewing machine covers. Absolutely gorgeous. I'll put a website link below in case you're ever up in the Eagle River area. Oh my goodness. Thank you very much, Barb. Here we are. We made it back to Oconto just ahead of the storm. It's all down there. We're ahead of 80 to 90 mile an hour winds. Tornadoes have been touching down all over Wisconsin, heading in this direction. And we made it home before the rain has even started. But it looks like there's 2 bands moving across the state, and they look pretty ferocious.
Unionville next. We've got the
Down there it's looking pretty dark and gray. We've been driving along with Ryan Hall on the
could be about to be hit by a tornado
YouTube giving us updates, and we are going to make it home just before this starts. Oh, does it look gray down there to the south and the west. There, we'll go like this. Yeah, I think we just did it, Steve. So, I'm glad we made the decision, because up where we were camping, there are just awful, horrible storms moving across. And tornadoes touching down in some of the areas just south of where we were camping. And the high winds are the dangerous part when you're camping in an area with a lot of trees. Well, I know the camera doesn't really show it. It's pretty bright, but it has gotten severely dark. And here we are turning the corner into our own driveway. Home, safe and sound. We can't avoid the hail. We don't have a garage to park it inside of, but alongside the garage is a nice protected space. Okay, you did a good job there, Captain Steve.
Good. Glad you enjoyed the ride.
We are home safe and sound. Let's get in before it starts torrential downpours. We'll unload stuff later, right?
Sure.
Well, from time to time, when you're parked out in the yard, there's things to do on the motorhome, like putting these bins back in here after we had carried things in the house, and a couple little projects to do. And an unhappy dog in the house who thinks we're going camping.
All right, today we're going to replace the RV propane sensor or detector in case there's propane leak somewhere in the RV. This thing would go off and give you time to get out of the RV without any problems. So they last about, like smoke alarms and anything else that has those type of sensors, about 10 years, and you should replace them with a new one. So to start, we just unscrew it. We started with took the bottom one out already, so take the screw out of it, and it just comes out like this. And you got the red and the black wire. The red wire is the hot wire, and the black one is the ground in here. And I checked them with the voltage tester. As you can see, that's the way it works. The red is the hot and the black is the ground. So So instead of just clipping the wires, I just disconnect this plug. So it's disconnected, but I want to use these wires, so I'm just gonna clip these off, cut them off, put this to the side, and strip these wires back a little bit. Like that, like so. And then the new one, here's the new one. This one is a propane, gas, and carbon monoxide sensor, so it does two things, CO2 and gas, both. We thought that'd be a little bit better to put two of them in. I mean, a sensor that would handle both gases. So then we just take the red line here, which is the hot, according to the instructions, and you put it, just stick this guy in there and flip it down. The same with this one, which makes it very simple. I forget the name of these little connectors, but they work pretty awesome. And then we just plug it back in. As you can hear, it's already working. And then we just there's one screw. And here's the second one. Now, of course, I didn't have Karen do her thing that she likes to do the best, is take off the little covered protector on the front. So she can take care of that a little later. And that's pretty much it, other than taking off this little protector.
Where is it? I'll get started for me. There.
There.
Now I did my part.
Yep. So it's pretty easy. It looks like a nice little unit for a replacement. Covers up the hole that the old one took. And I believe if you want, you can get rid of those lights if you want by just pressing and holding the test button. And according to the instructions, the light will go away. But I don't know if it's necessary or not. It depends on what you want to do.
The brand is Yeezoo. Y-E-E-Z-O-O-O-U. Okay, there we go. And there's the owner's manual with the model numbers.
And you get a fancy little screwdriver unit with it also, which is kind of cool. A regular and a Phillips. And, you know, it's
Did a great job, Steve.
that was a tough one.
That was a tough installation.
Yep.
So now that that's all done, are you going camping?
Yeah, we'll be going camping shortly.
Good. I like that idea.
So.
Steve suggested
All right.
that I film the date on the old one. And it is the date that our motorhome was manufactured at the end of 2015. The model is 2016. So it does say May 14 of 2015. So yep, it's a good idea to replace it. So we'll recycle this one. It says to turn off the dazzling red 0 by press and hold the test mute button for 3 seconds. There. Now we don't have to have the red light glowing. Good job, Steve. And then if you want it back on, you can press and hold the button and it'll go back on again. See? Ta-da! But yeah, we can turn it off.
It'll probably go off when we turn off the battery.
Oh, okay, yeah, we'll disconnect the battery. We always disconnect it when we're in the yard and not gearing up to go anywhere. So flick off our battery power, dear.
Oh, we won't because we're plugged in.
Oh, okay. We'll edit that part out. We did plug it in because we ran out the slide to make room to do this, because otherwise it's covered by the side of our love seat. Okay, so correction. Here's one of those silly little maintenance issues that need to be done from time to time on a motorhome. Steve walked around to the back of our motorhome before we left the campsite and saw one of these little reflector lenses laying on the grass. And here it turns out they're just stuck on with glue. They are not even screwed on. Here you go, Steve. So he's gonna use the good old Gorilla Glue and put it back on. And the funniest part is when he went to go check the other one, it fell right off in his hand. It was just barely hanging on. So I guess from the manufacturing on a 2016 model, which this is called 2015,
It's only guaranteed for 10 years.
yeah, there you go. After 10 years, it falls apart. See, I'll be the assistant and hold the bottle. Just gonna stick it on and use some wonderful painter's tape to hold it into place. So it looks like some kind of redneck fix right now until it dries. And we'll see how well it holds. It's not a high-priced item, but I bet you if you went to go replace it, you couldn't find the exact diameter. Right, Steve?
I don't know. Yeah,
Probably. So gluing up the second one. How odd, though. He just touched it and it fell off, the second one.
Yeah. Could have lost it on the road easily.
Oh, yeah. Then I would sent you back the 8 miles to the campground to go find it. And hopefully this painter's tape won't hurt anything on the fiberglass finish. I'd assume not.
I'm just sticking it on the inside.
Yeah.
So it's not out on, not on.
Right.
So hopefully that'll make it.
I think it will. So there we go, our little redneck fix on the back bumper of our motorhome. Looks good to me, dear.
Looks wonderful.
Home again, jiggity jig. And now we're facing a week of horrible, hot, humid weather that's descending upon the Midwest, I think most of the country. So we're staying home with the air conditioning in the house. Good morning. Steve made me a new tabletop for my sewing machine. And I know I did a little segment before on it, but I think I'll kind of elaborate. If it's a rainy, icky day like it is now, I like to do a little bit of sewing. And instead of doing it outside and under the awning, etc., I like to sew in the motorhome. And we are limited on space. So here's a little table stand. This is the one from our original table that we're really not using anymore because since we replaced the love seat, that's up higher. We had to get a taller post and a different tabletop over there. So here's the lower post that was original, and here is a shelf piece that's covered on all 6 sides from the local box store called Menards in the Midwest. And he made me this beautiful little tabletop. And the reason why it's so little is because I sew with a little sewing machine. This is an antique Singer featherweight sewing machine. It's not a toy, it's a real machine, and it's very handy, especially if you're traveling to quilting retreats or camping like this, or maybe you go to a summer cottage. And this works just perfect, and it's sturdy. I think this is really going to work, and it's just the right height for my sewing. And then right here, this flat area, I have a little ironing pad that can go here. I still have to plug in the cords, of course. I have an outlet right down there. And this is going to be where I'm going to spend a little bit of time sewing today. Here we are, all set up on my little sewing table. And it works quite well to sit up in this little cockpit area and sew where I'm not in the way of the rest of the camper space in the motorhome, so I can leave my stuff set up throughout the day and not have to take it down out of the way. Basically, it didn't cost us much of anything because we already had the mount underneath here from our original table, but I did include a link below of where you can order the same mount. This is our post from our original table. We had replaced with the 27-inch post. This one's the 24, but you can order it with the link also below and cut it to any size that you need. And the floor mount was already here in place from Winnebago when the motorhome was made, but you can buy these floor mounts also and put it where you want it. Otherwise, I'm all set up here. I have a little ironing pad that's with a little piece of masonite board covered with ironing board quilted fabric, heat resistant. That works well, and it protects it, I think, from ever burning on this surface. If for some reason it's damaged, this was only $7.47 for the shelf board. Over here on the side, I didn't plug in my iron yet. Over here on the side, I have a little cutout board with my layout of blocks, and underneath I have a toolkit from Missouri Star Quilt Company with all of my tools and rulers. And there goes a piece. And now I can sit here and quilt away on a rainy day. I made a little something for our motorhome. This is out of the same fabric and pattern as the quilt I made for the bed. This is a smaller throw that we made for on our love seat. Specifically so little Nikki's claws don't claw up the armrest when we drive down the road. So I made this little quilt double wide so it can be unfolded and we can use it to curl up when we watch TV too. But this will be perfect. It'll protect the imitation leather, pleather, I guess, whatever you call it, the vinyl, and it kind of blends, and also the pillows will match now on here, the little throw pillows. So it's Winter Solstice is the pattern. The fabrics are called Stonehenge by Northcott, and the pattern is by Patty Carey. And here's one of the little pillows. Here's another one. There we go. And oh, is that cute? This is going to be really nice. So that was our little project. I finished it up today. Even though we're not going camping, we came out to try it out and put it in place. And here it is draped out the full length if we are curling up to watch a movie at night. And we can be comfy and cozy, and so it serves 2 purposes. That's the goal of a lot of things we try to have in the motorhome, serve more than one purpose. I'm happy with it. And here's the entire quilt with some mysterious feet sticking out the bottom. But we had seen something on somebody's page about their holders on their love seat. And being able to put a coffee cup in there. Show how the coffee cup does not fit, Steve. Coffee cup doesn't fit. Say, and it tips. Show how it tips. Ah, that's not good. So we're looking at ordering something to go in there. But then we remembered we have these that go up in our front dash. And guess what? Now they do fit. Double duty. We forgot about this. Oh, you want to grab it, Steve? I need 2 hands. So it looks like we'll have to be a little more careful pulling the coffee cup out. But that way we can use our nice big coffee cups and still have these up in the dash where we do need them for our water bottles. So good. Now we don't have to order something else. Here we are parked in our yard before we leave again on another adventure. And ahead of us is our kids' RV. Our oldest granddaughter over in their house just turned 16 and is going to be driving, and they're shuffling around 3 vehicles in their driveway now, besides their motorhome. Generally, they just park it here in our yard over the winter, but now they're going to park it here when they're not using it as often. That's okay, because we have plenty of driveway here to get in and out and get ours moving around. We keep the cargo trailer in the garage. And actually we have 3 lanes across the driveway for parking. So it works, right, Steve?
Yeah.
Okay, let's head on back in the she shed. There's a barky dog that's upset because he thinks we're going camping somewhere. Ooh, look at all these clematis. And there's a sassy dog. What are you barking about? And this is my she shed where I hang out when we're not RVing. This is where I have a big weaving rug loom. I have all of my quilting supplies, big quilting machine, sewing machines. We have a comfy couch because Steve hangs out down here with me and watches TV while I'm sewing. We look out here over the backyard. We have lots of wildlife because there's an animal sanctuary back there, kind of a preservation land. So we get lots of deer and turkeys and sandhill cranes, bunny rabbits, once in a while a coyote or a fox. Every now and then a big old possum wanders through. Pretty cool. So it's almost like we're camping even when we're at home.